You must still be buzzing after that win, the RDS, Dan.
Yeah, look, it was pretty special. Obviously, we've it's been 8 years or something someone's talked about since we've done that. But for this group of players, in the last recent times of 3 years, we've gone down there. We've had close games. We've gone down there and been well beaten as well. But yeah, it felt like we took a good step forward on Saturday night. But so yeah, we enjoyed it. We reflected on it on Monday morning. But it's also back to porridge. We've got another game this weekend, and we can't dwell on last week. We've got to keep looking forward and take another step forward.
Yeah, can you believe how well? I know it's obviously disappointing against Connacht, but how well you guys defended on Saturday night?
Well, yeah, I can believe it because we've seen evidence of that in the last couple of years. We've had games where we have had excellent defensive games, and Jared runs a really great system, and the guys really buy into it, and they had a plan and they executed it well. So I can believe it, but like anything, it's always a hell of a challenge to go to the RDS, and you can have the best plan in the world, but Leinster are a hell of a team, and it is hard to execute that plan all the time. But the guys did a good job of sticking to their processes and what they knew they could do, and they got the rewards.
And moving forward, you say a game this weekend and then into Europe, Clermont away. Pretty exciting, isn't it?
It's wonderful, isn't it? It's it's a game that it's a game when the fixtures come out and you see you've got Clermont and to go there, and we were there a couple of years ago, and the atmosphere is just it's second to none in Europe, and so to get to look forward to experience that and to go there and challenge yourself in that environment is it's a great challenge for the players, and I know they're really looking forward to it. So it's a hell of a way to start the competition, but that's what Europe's all about, isn't it? It's playing with the best and going to their back garden and see how you get on.
Last year was obviously disappointing to lose then Gloucester, those 2 defeats. So went into the challenge, very good first half against Leicester, then nightmare second half. Is there a wee bit, firstly you want to get through the knockout stages, but like a bit of, guys, we need to really put in a couple of big performances in Europe this year, especially after that?
Yeah, the Leicester game was a disappointing one for us, how that unfolded last year. But you also have to give credit to Leicester, how they played in that second half. But we took a lot of learnings out of that game, and I'd like to think it will be a bit of a catalyst for we've progressed as a team, and our leadership group took a lot out of that game. So we'll use that as something that we've learnt from and we'll move forward from. So yeah, it's a challenge. Look, we see it's in terms of the qualification. If we can, our sights are firmly set on getting into that round of 16, and then after that you take stock and you look and see what draw you've got, and you get a plan to go and win those as well. But at this point, we know the fixtures that we have. We have 4 fixtures, and we'll have a pretty clear plan about how we go about those.
And you yourself, skills coach, moving up to assistant coach, how are you finding it? I'd say, knowing you're absolutely loving it, but how do you find it in general, Dan, at the moment?
Yeah, look, I'm really enjoying it. I loved what I was doing the previous couple of years. But enjoying, leading the group and the direction that we're trying to go in terms of our attack. So it's a great challenge, but it's one I'm really enjoying, and we're starting to see a bit of progress in what we're trying to do, and it's really exciting leading the leadership group in terms of how they progress in their pushing the team on and how we're playing. So it's a great challenge, but it's one that I always wanted to get a crack at, and now that I have, I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
And where do you think this current group is, Dan, as a team, the Ulster team? Like, you're obviously not going to tell me they're good enough to win it, but as a fan and also somebody speaking to you, it'd be nice to get a trophy at some stage. That's obvious. Do you feel they are obviously on the right path, or do you still think there's a good way to go?
Look, I think every team starts out in whatever competition it is to try and win it, to be the best, and not everyone can. Only one team can lift that silverware, whatever the competition is. What I would say is that this group of players, we're starting to. We've had a collection of experiences that we have to learn from, we have to get better from, and we have to go and you mentioned the Tigers game last year. We have to learn from that, and when we get our opportunity in that situation this year, we have to go and win it. And I guess that's the only way you can measure are we making progress, because that's the harsh reality of professional sport. Do I think that we're heading in the right direction? Are we adding layers to the way that we play? Do we have more players who are more experienced and able to perform in those pressure moments? 100%. I think we definitely have, and you see that by some of the younger guys that are getting recognition. Robert Ballacoon, James Hume, Nick Timoney, these sorts of guys that are getting recognition of going into Irish camp. So. Yeah, look, you did right. I'm not going to say we're going to win it. We would love to, of course we would, but everyone's in the same boat. But we just want to make sure that when we get those opportunities in knockout rugby this year, that we have learnt from our previous experiences and we go and nail them. Finally,
just the younger generation that you mentioned there. The Dokes, the Humes, they're slightly older now, but are getting older. Like the guys you have worked with, Michael Lowry. Must be great for you, especially coaching them at Inst, how good it is to see these guys progress.
It's fabulous. Yeah, it's the obvious ones of the young fellas that I had at Inst, but also the other young guys, Ethan and all that were at other schools that I saw coming through playing against them, and it's wonderful to watch their progress and to remember seeing them play as a 15-year-old maybe in a first 15 game or a Medallion Shield or something, and now seeing them play on the big stage. It's and I think that's what the Ulster public love too, is that Ulster's a pretty small place, and the rugby community is even smaller again, and everyone sort of has a connection with a player in the Ulster team, be it they, their kids played mini rugby with them, or they remember watching them in a Medallion Shield game, and so they have a real attachment to the team, and I guess I've got a wee bit of that too, that I've had that attachment to a lot of young fellas that are coming through, but my job now is to make sure that they keep kicking on and they keep getting better, and likes of James and Robert and co that have done it this year, that they kick on and go and get more experience at international level.
Brilliant. Great stuff, Dan. Great to chat.
Man, good to see you.
Yeah, great to see you. All the best this weekend.
Good man.